Is submission the key to a deeper connection with your husband? Shalom, Ahut Yam. Welcome to the Daughters of Yasharel channel. Our focus verse is Ephesians 5:22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto Yahuwah. Let's begin. Shalom, Ahut Yam, sisters. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from Yahuwah our Father and Yahusha. He is the Mashayah, the one who carries the burden of Yah. His voice, our high priest, soon coming king. Hear, O Yasharel, Yahuwah, who is our mighty one, he is one. There is no other mighty one, Ahut Yam, than Yahuwah, and Yahusha is his voice. This is Ahut Dalilayah coming to you with How to Be a Wife in the Kingdom, Part 2. Submit. How to submit, why we should submit, and what it looks like. Submitting is a voluntary act of surrendering one's will, desires, and authority to a higher power or authority. When you submit to Yahuwah, you are surrendering your will for his will. When a wife submits to her husband, she is accepting his role and authority he has for her. She is surrendering herself to her husband. Ahut Yam, you must submit to your husband as unto Yahuwah. If you don't submit to your husband, you can't say you love Yahuwah or even submit to Yahuwah's will. Because his will for you is to submit to your husband and the authority he placed over you. When Hua, also known as Eve, bit the fruit, one of her punishments was for her man to rule over her. Barashiat, also known as Genesis 3:16. You can read that account. How to submit. Ephesians 5:22-33. 22. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands, as unto Yahuwah. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Mashayah is the head of the called out assembly, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the called out assembly is subject unto Mashayah, so let the wives be to their own husband in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Mashayah also loved the called out assembly and gave himself to it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. 27. That he might present to himself a glorious called out assembly, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be set apart and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loves his wife loves himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as Yahuwah, the called out assembly. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. 31. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is the great mystery. But I speak concerning the Mashayah, the called out assembly. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. Respect and honoring his role. Respect your husband by valuing his opinions, ideas, and leadership, publicly and privately. Respect the role Yahuwah placed him in. Don't yell and belittle your husband in public or privately. If you disagree with what he is doing, take him in private and talk about it and give him suggestions of what he could have done differently. How do you respect his role? You respect his role by letting him lead. Even if he makes a mistake, you still allow him to lead. You are not to lead your husband. Yahuwah placed man over every living thing, including woman. Allow him to lead. Do not take his role away. If he is leading you wrong, pray to Yahuwah that he will seek Yahuwah's guidance to lead you the right way. Respect his leadership. Acknowledge your husband's role as the head of the household and trust his ability to make decisions for your family while offering support and wise counsel. Wives, when you respect your husband's role and allow him to lead, he will respect you and value you more. And you are pleasing Yahuwah by allowing him to lead. Ahuyam, be his biggest cheerleader. Encourage, support, and uplift your husband. Encourage and support your husband in his efforts to lead the family spiritually, emotionally, and practically. This should be done by being his biggest cheerleader. Be on his side and in his corner, especially when he makes a mistake. Edify and uplift your husband by speaking words of affirmation, by reminding him of his strengths and his purpose, especially in difficult times. Be attentive to his needs. Be attentive to your husband's emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. Make a real effort to fulfill them as a way of honoring your commitment to him. Palau, pray for him and with him. Lift him up in prayer, asking Yahuwah for wisdom, strength, and guidance in his leadership. Praying together also fosters spiritual unity and will draw the two of you together closer. Serve with a joyful heart. Perform acts of service like preparing meals, managing the home, or meeting his needs with a spirit of love and gratitude, not out of obligation, because love is an action word. Serve out of love. Cultivate a ruah of humility. 1 Peter 3:1-4. Wives are encouraged to maintain a gentle and quiet spirit. In today's world, this can translate to handling conflicts with grace and seeking peaceful resolutions rather than reacting impulsively. Be willing to yield in disagreements and trust that Yahuwah can work things out, even when you don't see eye to eye. Let humility guide your reactions. Stop reacting in anger. If you need to, walk away. Pray. Get fresh air. Then come back together so that you can resolve the issue. Create a calm and peaceful atmosphere. Ahuyam, be his peace, not his chaos. Allow your man to come home to a peaceful atmosphere. Foster a calm and peaceful atmosphere in your home, refraining from nagging, criticizing, or arguing. Let your gentle ruah reflect the love and grace of Yahuwah. Tuda atah which means thank you so much for joining me in this journey of understanding what it truly means to honor and submit to our husbands as Yahuwah intended. Remember, submission is not about losing ourselves or our voices. It's about partnering with our husbands in love, respect, and unity, creating a home that reflects Yahuwah's order and peace. As we strive to grow in our roles as wives, let's keep our eyes on Yahuwah, allowing His word to transform our hearts and our homes. Keep studying, praying, and seeking His will, and know that He is with you every step of the way. Until next time, Shalom.